All right, so I have had a couple of rackets come in, and they are standard, or not standard, but a mid-size original Pro Staffs. Wilson Pro Staffs, 85 square inch, the traditional Pro Staff. So what I'm going to do today is we have a rainy day here. Normally this is court time for us early, but it's raining. So I'm going to use this as an opportunity to answer any questions that anyone may have about stringing an original 85 square inch head Wilson Pro Staff. I'm going to do the mains as quick as I can. And then once I get done with the mains, I'll try to re-record or record another video. This one's live, I think, for the crosses. So I'm going to get started with these. So again, if you have any questions, it's live. I think you're able to message in, but I'm not too sure. I haven't done too many live ones, but I figured it was a good opportunity to do a standard Pro Staff with you guys. So what I want to do is on this two-piece stringing job, I have someone helping me with this recording. I just want to make sure I'm still able to be seen here. Is it okay? All right, so appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, so I'm going to, on this racket, first of all, find out whether or not I'm going to start at the head or the throat. I've mentioned this in videos before. This has 6 holes at the throat. So if it had 4 or 8, I would want to start at the head. But because it has a nice even number right in the middle, I'm going to start this at the throat. So I have already cut off, I'm going to do a two-piece stringing. And by the way, the customer whose racket this is a long-time player. He hits with a lot of spin. He can really chip and charge, come to the net, volley. He's a strong guy, so he can generate a lot of his own power, but he indicates as he has gotten a little bit older, he wants a little bit of help. So he wanted to try one of his rackets very loose, looser than normal, and then his other racket, he wanted to go for more control, maybe a little bit less power, trampoline effect, and go tighter. So I'm going to do this Pro Staff here, the loose way. I think it's 50 to 60 pounds recommended tension on these. It is. And I'm going to go about the 47 to 50 range. That's what was his request. So we'll see how it works out. But for me, I told him, let me choose your second racket. And hey, if you don't like it, then we'll figure it out. But I'm going to go with a hybrid job on this one. And then I'm probably going to go with a full bed of polyester on that one. I haven't quite decided yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my first main. Okay. So again, I'm going to start at the throat. Oops, let me put on my snap-on glasses. Much easier for me to see. So I'm going to run my first main through my first hole. And again, I'm starting at the throat. Okay. I'm going to start my other main. I'm going to try to stay out of this camera as much as possible. Okay. So I'm going through the other side, the right side main. And again, I'm going to make sure that my strings are even. Okay. And I'm going to pull those strings through. Okay. So again, when I start a stringing job, I want to make sure I have an anchor clamp or an anchor string clamped off. So again, I'm pulling tension on these two strings only to get a nice grab on my first anchor string. Let me make sure my tension's where I want it. It is. So I'm going to go ahead and pull tension on both strings. Okay. And I'm going to clamp off the farthest away I can from the opposing string. And I'm going to release tension. Okay, so currently I'm going to get my first left main string, and I'm going to put it so it doesn't get in my way. And I'm going to re-pull tension on my first right main, or left, depending on how you're looking at it. And I'm going to clamp it off at the top. Okay? All right. So I've got it clamped off. So I release tension. Now I like to go a couple of mains on each side before I go to the other side. I don't recommend going any more than 3. Oh, it's hard to see in here. Again, I got a rainy day, so pardon that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pull another main on that side, because again, if I get it too far on one side, my clamps will do this. So I'm just showing you, okay? This is what you run into. So at the end of the day, make sure that you don't get your clamps too close to one another, because then you have to clamp too far away from the racket. All right. Now I'm going to go back to the side that I have not pulled tension on, and I'm going to pull tension on it. Okay? Now again, I'm going to alternate my mains back and forth. At this point, because I have enough space where I can get my clamps now right next to each other. Okay? Now on this racket, I know I have some holes that I have to skip at head and throat. I grew up playing with these rackets, so I know these rackets pretty well. And the skipped holes on the head and the throat are 7 and 9. So I am not going to put a main string through holes 7 or 9 head or 7 or 9 throat. So again, I'm just kind of keeping 2 ahead on one side. Generally, I don't go more than 2, sometimes 3. Okay? So right now, I am back on my left side or left main. Okay? So I'm just kind of zoning out here for a second so I can get this shortened up for your watch time. Again, I'm not trying to set any speed records, but I know that these rackets are sought after by a lot of people, and it's really something that I wanted to put on video of how to string them, in case, 1, you can't get stringing patterns, or 2, you were just curious. So remember, I have to skip holes 7 and 9, head and throat. 7 and 9, head and throat. Okay? So now I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 7 coming. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to skip 7 and I want to go up through hole number 8. Okay? So we're almost done with the mains already. Almost done actually. I'm 1 behind on this side than I am on the other side. So I'm going to work back on this side real quickly. Don't forget to count off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I know I'm safe there. Okay. And again, make sure you count off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9. We know we need to skip that, so I'm going to go back in 10. Okay. So again, I'm skipping 7, going back up through 8. Okay. Again, I'm skipping 9, going back down through 10. Could have used my bent nose pliers there, but I got it. Okay, just making sure it's still recording. And it looks like we are still recording, so good. All right, so I have got my last mains pulled. And we are going to tie off at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are going to go in right at 1, 2, 3, 4 at 5 throat. Now remember, when you see where you have shared holes, when you come across for your crosses, prepare yourself mentally for what to do when you get down where you have quite a few strings coming together here and you need to go through there. You can use a pathfinder awl if you run into that. You can use, here, I'll show you. Pathfinder awl or a regular awl. If you want to know how to use this pathfinder awl, look for another video or I can make one and show you a regular awl. Anyway, so we're going to do a standard knot, which is an over, under, and through. Okay? We don't want to leave a bunch of space here because it doesn't look very good, okay? It can affect tension on your outer strings. So we want to make sure we reduce the slack here by rocking it against the frame. Okay? Then I'm going to do another over, another under, and another through. Okay? See how it goes? I'll show you one more time. Over the string. Okay? Under the string. And back through your loop. Secures the knot. Unclamp. Clip string. Okay? Last main. Okay? Here it comes. Okay? Again, I'm going to tie it off at 5 throat. See if I can get out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6 throat. I said 5. My apologies. It's 6 throat, not 5 throat. 6 throat. Over, under, and through. All right. One last one. Over, under, and through. Okay. Clipping the knot. Okay. Unclamping. Unlocking. And I'll unmount it just to show you. So this is a completed main of a Wilson, original Wilson Pro Staff. Sorry if I took longer than I should have, but I hope I did a good job on that one. It looks good, it feels good. So I'm going to take a break real quick, and I'm going to get to the cross strings on this racket. Hey, subscribe below, keep the questions coming, and thanks for watching.